Amen. That looks like it's a good place for you to take your left hand and your right hand and slap them together to give God praise. I mean, since we're lifting him up, Amen. Grace, mercy, and peace from God our Father to all of you this morning who have been included and inducted into God's beautiful body called believers. We greet you with the joy of Jesus, and we just tell each and every one of you it is just good to be here. I wish you would just look at your neighbor, somebody on your road, and just tell them it's good to be here. Amen. That was the wrong person. Come on, look at somebody else. Just tell them it's good to be here. Amen. Amen. It's good to be here. You know, there was a passage of scripture where David went to war. When they came back from the battle, somebody said, we are all here. But the truth of the matter is, with this pandemic, all of us are not here. Some of us have gone on to be with the Lord. But I want to let you know this morning, it's a blessing to be here. Because you could have been dead and gone. Those folks in the country where I come from said, and sleeping in my grave. But it's a blessing just to be here. I honor your bishop and your pastor, Pastor Matthews, and his lovely Lady Matthews. Come on, we honor them today. I thank him for his humility and being such a humble brother and so welcoming and so kind. My God, I'm just so honored and humbled to be here, and to all of the leadership and the fellowship of this magnificent church. From the depths of my heart, I just want to say thank you. My wife is with me this morning, Pastor Tina Watson. Come on, stand, baby. You got to stand up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But my father, who was a pastor, he's deceased now, he would introduce my mother. He would say, now that's my rib and it ain't my spare rib. Amen. That's my prime rib. My aunt and uncle are here. They are wonderful members of the Bethlehem Baptist Church, Spencer and Alice Mills. Come on, y'all. Amen. So glad that they could be here today. They picked us up from the hotel, and I just want to tell you guys thank you so much. I won't hold you long this morning. It's already 10 what? Okay. All right, okay. Amen. I want to invite your attention for a few moments to 2 Samuel chapter 9. And if it's your custom to stand, we'd ask you to stand in honor of God's read word. And if you cannot stand, we understand. Amen. Beginning at verse 1. It just simply says, one day David thought, I wonder if any of Saul's family are still alive. If they are, I will be kind to them because I made a promise to Jonathan. David called in Ziba, one of the servants of Saul's family. David said, so you are Ziba? Yes, your majesty, I am. David asked, are any of Saul's family still alive? If they are, I want to be kind to them. Go down to verse 5. David sent some servants to bring Jonathan's son from Lodabar. His name was Mephibosheth, and he was the grandson of Saul. Then go down with me to verse 13. Mephibosheth was crippled in both his feet, but he lived in Jerusalem and ate at David's table just like one of David's own sons. And he had a young son of his own named Michael. If you don't mind, I want to use for a subject for the next few moments that are mine. Just tell the Lord thank you. Amen. Just look at somebody on your row and just tell them the preacher needs your help. And all of your amen. Just tell the Lord thank you. Come on, slap your hands together one more time and give God praise. There was a Danish philosopher named Zoar. And he said one time, Bishop Matthews, that life must always be lived moving forward, but that it can only be understood when we look back, which is to suggest that every now and then, you and I ought to take the time to stand still long enough during our busy schedules, and as we go about our business in life, we ought to just stand still long enough to remind ourselves of what the Lord has brought us through. Now, I know sometimes we can get so busy, and sometimes we can get caught up in what I like to call ecclesiastical Alzheimer's and spiritual amnesia, and sometimes God can be so good to us that we begin to slip into this internal modality that we believe we did it all on our own. That we are where we are because of our jobs. And maybe you do have a job that has a salary full of calories, and sometimes you think that because of who you're married to or the neighborhood And now God has been good to him and has reminded David of the relationship that he had with Jonathan. And now David, as the king of Israel, wants to know, is anybody in the house of Saul alive? Because I want to show kindness to him. And watch this. This is what David does. He sends people to Lodabar to go and get Mephibosheth. Watch this. And bring him home. It's homecoming for Mephibosheth. He gets to leave Lodabar and come back home to Jerusalem, where he hadn't been since he was 5 years old. And not only that, the Lord has worked it out where David has restored all the property and the resources that his daddy and his granddaddy used to have. And he has commissioned the Ziba and his 15 sons to work the farm, work the land, and provide for the livestock so that Ziba's family can live and Mephibosheth's family off the land. But David says, but Mephibosheth is going to eat at my table every day. In other words, it's going to be homecoming for Mephibosheth. He's coming back home and he's going to eat at my table every day. But Mephibosheth, nowhere in these 13 verses do we read about him showing gratitude to the Lord for what the Lord does. The only word that he speaks in the text when he kneels down, he asks David, what have I done that you should be so kind to a dead dog like me? But he's talking to the king, but I want to suggest he should have been talking to the King of Kings. Should have been telling the Lord thank you. So there are a couple of things, that are nicely nestled in this narrative that I want to lift up. If you'll give me just a few more minutes, I'm going to try to do a quick exegetical excavation. I want to look at this text because there are a couple of things here, a couple of reasons why I believe Mephibosheth should have been telling the Lord thank you. And if you and I can make this same kind of textual connection and understand that Mephibosheth should have been telling the Lord thank you, then maybe in those areas where we've been deficient and defective on telling God thank you for the way he's been blessing us, maybe it's going to help our praise. So are y'all ready for it? Anybody want to know what these things are? Well, I just wish you would point your hand this way and just say, Pastor Watson, do you have any news the Isle of Patmos can use? I sure do, I do. There are a couple things right here. Listen, first of all, Mephibosheth should have been telling the Lord thank you because there was a time in his life, watch this, when his situation looked fatal, but it wasn't final. Lord have mercy. His situation should have been fatal, but it wasn't final. I already told you how the warriors came in and the battle was going on. And Saul and Jonathan were killed in battle. And Mephibosheth's nurse picked him up and began to run with him in order to save his life. And she dropped him over in chapter 4. And that's how he wound up being crippled in both his feet. But even though he was dropped by his provider and the person who took care of him, if she had been But you, maybe, like myself, ought to be telling the Lord, thank you. Because there's been a situation in your life that should have been fatal, but God said it ain't final. Oh, if the devil could have had his way, you'd already died with COVID-19. If the devil could have had his way, you would have met that tractor trailer head on. If the devil could have had his way, some hood rat would have blown your brains out while you were getting money out the ATM. But look at God. When your situation should have been fatal, God said, oh, no. It's not final. It's not time. I'm going to protect him and keep my loving arms all around. He should have been telling the Lord, thank you. Because the situation that should have been fatal wasn't final. Oh, let me move along. Y'all got this thing this morning. Listen. But not only that, he should have been telling the Lord, thank you, because he was being followed by faith. Everywhere this boy with these crippled legs was looking around, favor was following him. Then let me say it again. He should have been telling the Lord, thank you, because the favor of the Lord was following him, and he didn't have anything to do with it. It wasn't because he was good looking. It wasn't because he wore Ferragamo shoes. It wasn't because he had tailor-made suits. It wasn't because of what he was driving and how much his house cost. It wasn't because of any of that. It was just because of the favor of God. And it wasn't because he had been so good and kind or any of that. God just saw fit to bestow him with favor, and favor was following him. When you get home, read these verses. He was in Lodabar. Hebrew word for Lodabar is a word. Lodabar means a place of no pasture. He's in a place where the unemployment rate is the greatest in the land. He's in a place with no resources. No jobs are available. The housing market is nothing. It's just a place of no pasture, no prosperity, and all of a sudden, favor comes looking for him. So servants come to get him, and then favor takes him from the poorhouse to the rich house. Favor takes him to a place where he can have an audience with the king of Israel. Favor gives him money, land, resources, servants. Favor is following him, and favor sits him down every day at the king's table. I don't know who I'm talking to this morning, but I'm looking at some people that favor has been following you too. I don't know you, this is the first time I met you, but I'm looking at you out here on your road, and you looking good, you smelling good, you praising good. God has been good, and it ain't been because you've been the best person like me. It ain't because you dotted every I, crossed every T. All of us have messed up. All of us have done wrong. All of us have fallen short. But aren't you glad that God still allows you to have favor with him despite the crazy stuff we've done in our lives? I'm getting ready to get out of here. I've enjoyed y'all immensely this morning. I thank you for the invitation to allow me to come by here for a few minutes. It's been so wonderful. But as I get ready to sneak in my seat, I want to leave you with this last and final thing. My favorite chef should have been telling the Lord thank you. First of all, because he was in a situation that looked fatal, but it was not final. And then Mephibosheth should have been telling the Lord, thank you, because